It. Are we live? We'll cut it when I say, "Are you live?" What's up, Friday Nighters? You see, never prepared when I come in. I just jump in and start talking, and I got too many things going on. Guys, welcome back to another episode of Just Another Friday Night. It is, as I often say, in fact, just another Friday night because it is Friday. I am CM Chuck, and alongside me, as always, Double A. Adamantium Adam. What's up, Double A?
Hey, what's up, man?
Nothing much, man.
How was your first week of March?
It was pretty good. Good. Yeah. You got a new nephew.
Yes, I did.
That's cool.
Yeah. Last Friday night. Yeah.
That was last Friday night. Yeah. On a show night of all things.
Yeah.
What else? We met the Hulk.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool last weekend. So yeah.
Lou Ferrigno.
Very cool. You got some. I hope you show some of that stuff you got.
Yes, I will.
Guys, in case you don't know where you're at or what the hell you're watching, it might be maybe your first rodeo. This is the Just Another Friday Night podcast. Every Friday night, we go live on Facebook Live and we stream so that you can join the conversation, come in and enjoy the topic that we're talking about alongside us. But if you happen to miss it for whatever reason, we always post it up afterwards onto YouTube. You can see the complete uncut version because we will read your comments every 30 minutes. But if you're not really just want to hear more about the topic part, you can listen to us anywhere else on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, pretty much anywhere you can find a podcast, we are there. And you can listen to us that way too. And we would appreciate it if you give us a follow on Spotify. We would really appreciate a subscribe on YouTube. Right now, that would be huge. We're trying to get to 100. It's been going very slow. I'm not having very much success with getting subscribers on YouTube. So if you want to share our videos and let people know to give us a subscribe, that'd be great. But in this first part of the show, we let you kind of people just kind of slowly trickle into the live portion of the podcast, and we read your comments as we go along and answer any questions, and then we kind of just talk about what's been going on in the world of pop culture with us this week. So as we said, last weekend we were out at Trader's Village and we met Lou Ferrigno was in town, and that was pretty cool. What was your experience like, Double A? You were there
man,
early.
It was cool. Yeah, it was super cool. I got to see him, and man, I got there like around 11:10, and he had a long line already, like a long line. I was like, holy shit! I was not expecting that at all.
Okay.
But I got 2 autographs and a picture. This was one of them right here, headshot. That was for me, right there.
Oh, that's a great one.
And I got this one for my brand new nephew.
Very cool.
So he can know who he is.
Very cool.
This is his dad's favorite character. So I was like, oh, it'd be cool to get him that. And then if he saw, I had posted this. my picture.
Yeah. Very nice.
I asked him, I go, hey, do you mind if I, get on my knees and pretend like I'm turning into you? And he was like, yeah, go ahead. So, I heard a lot of people in line was like, oh man, that's cool. So I tried recreating the statue. There's this really cool statue I like. Where banners like this, like he's turning into him.
Yeah.
So it was a cool moment right there. So that's pretty cool.
Pretty big guy, man. Larger than life still, I think.
Very
still look good. I was looking at his feet, man. The guy got a huge ass foot,
And then I went over to Mario's at Authority Comics, and I was able to pick this up. I couldn't actually believe he had it. It's the birth of their kids, Vision and Scarlet Witch. So that was actually pretty damn cool. I mean,
that's a great cover.
He gave me a good price, but I was like, oh, as soon as I saw it, I was like, Mario, let me have that, please.
Yeah. Everything looks great in the Mylar bag, too. Get it in the Mylar bag.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. How about you? How was your experience?
It was awesome.
You went a little bit later.
We were a little bit later. I went with my dad. We already put our pictures up and everything on our TikTok, and they're also on our Facebook, so you guys already seen them. But the experience was cool. It was not a line at that time. We were looking at autographs, but I don't know why I chose not to get one. I think I was just like, a picture would be good. I always do this.
And that's fine.
Afterwards, I kick myself.
Fine. That's fine.
But so we just took the picture, me and my dad, just kind of real quick. The guy gave us a little speech that Lou's kind of getting hard of hearing and stuff like that.
Yeah, he is. So
kind of cool.
When he was like a boy, he lost about 75 to 80% of his hearing on one ear. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I was like, oh shit, So I didn't know that either. So
yeah.
But still cool.
Yeah, that was cool that they let us
cool.
know. And the guy told me he was a great lip reader as well. If you have your mask off,
I did not like really the handler though.
Oh,
Nothing
really?
against the dude personally. It's just when I got there, like I wanted, like I picked my 2 autographs right away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he slid them to like Lou Ferrigno right away, and I was like, whoa, hold on, like I want this one, signed to my nephew, please. And like Lou Ferrigno kind of was already done signing both of them, and like he added it, but I didn't really get to interact with him while he was signing. So I was like, like fuck, like he just took him and slid him over. I was like, golly. So
yeah,
I really didn't get to talk to him. Just that one part where I asked him, if I can pose,
Yeah. See, it's kind of like you got to like this is kind of sometimes we talk about preparing yourself out of an experience that you had. So it's like next time you would probably let the guy know, hey, I'm gonna want these personalized, or whatever. But like we talked in our con episode,
usually the handler always is like, hey, what do you want this personalized?
Right.
I need you to give him like a little sticky note, so they can just write it down.
Yeah.
Because Victor, his name is spelled with a K.
Right.
So I was like, well, I got to tell you how to spell it too.
Right.
It's just not to Victor. I got to tell you it's with a K, not a C. So it's kind of like fuck.
Yeah, that was definitely poor on the handler's part. That's just stuff that we've learned from going to cons.
So I was like, fucking aim.
But everyone does it different. But either way, it looks like it got done.
No, it was cool. Good. Yeah. It's just, oh man, it was just super quick.
Yeah, that's how I felt too. Like he got up, he took a picture with us, then he kind of sat back down, and I was just like, hey man, thanks, like big fans, and that was pretty much
I didn't know, but did you see his banner?
No.
Like he had a picture like Stanley's like in the middle.
Oh yeah.
Him and like Chris Hemsworth are like, doing like where
Thor and Hulk, battle. Right.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool. I did see that. It was very awesome. Very awesome.
And that's kind of like a trilogy we didn't talk about. I posted it up on our
I saw a great edition
on our Facebook. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot they did 3 TV movies.
Yeah, I didn't even think of it as one of the trilogies.
It was like the first connected universe too, with Daredevil and Thor.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. They did a lot of stuff, and I made sure to go find the old Hulk music when I was putting that up on our Instagram story.
Yeah.
Guys, let me see who's in the comments here already. Looks like some people have joined us, so we always love that.
We got a few people. Steve is in the
house. Cheers, Steve.
Cheers, man.
Sorry, I'm just getting my first one going here.
I got like 3 already down, going on number 4.
Cheers, Steve. Bill's here. What's up, Theo? He says you said uncut. Indeed. Rich in the house. What up, Rich? Welcome, man. Bill says original Hulk. Yes, definitely the original Hulk. Very cool, Theo. You should have been there with us, man. I think you were probably out getting some brews. Rich says badass autographs. Agreed.
Thank you, Richard.
Mom's in the house. Hi, Maria. Bill also says hi to mom. And then, there he is. There's the man. Mario Delgado in the house. The customer experience is paramount. Agree, Mr. Mario.
Thank you, Mario. Thank you for this one.
We never have those issues at Authority Comics.
Yeah.
Guys, and if you follow Authority Comics page, big news out of there this week also. Sad news. But if you don't know already, it's not like he's hiding it anymore. Not that he was, but you guys know that this will be Mario Delgado's last month at Authority Comics out at Traders Village. So if you have a chance to go and see him this weekend, go and see him because it's the last of probably 3. And I guess it should be no shock, but not next week, but the week after, we're going to get the man himself back in here in the pod lab with us to talk about, how he's going to be off to greener pastures and how it's going to be super sad that we won't get to spend time with him on the weekend out at Traders Village and make our wives and girlfriends unhappy that we're in the comic book store for an hour and a half talking. And she's like, I'm not even buying anything. And I said, now you know how I feel when you go to Ross, or wherever. So, but guys, I mean, that's not really breaking news. Mario put it up on his Facebook, on his personal, and on his business page, Authority Comics. So, man's going on to bigger and better things, so we're very happy for him. But we're going to have all the news and all the coverage and the man himself here to talk about that in 2 weeks. So next week will be our 1-year anniversary of this podcast. And then the week after that, we bring in Mario Delgado for the only ever 2-time guest, to be the first ever 2-time guest. So that's a big deal. It's a big deal. We'll be happy to have him
3
here.
times actually.
Oh, almost 3 times. Yeah, he's been on our TikTok.
He broke on our YouTube too. He's the one that broke.
That's right. Yeah, he was our initial YouTube post.
Yeah. So.
Let's see who else is in here. Mom's saying hi to Bill. Jason from Texas. What's up, Jason?
Nice to finally meet you last week, Jason.
Yeah, I got there late. We were on different schedules, and I heard that you guys got to meet. So that's very cool, Jason. That you and AA got to have an interaction. Always love when we get to meet our fans. Tommy, Puig Puig, I'm sorry if I'm butchering that, Tommy, is in the house. He says,
What's happening?
What's happening, man? Appreciate you being in the house. Bill says, cheers, Bill.
Cheers, Bill.
Cheers again. And Aaron, cheers. Hi, Thea, how you doing? Also, that's Bill's wife, so they're both in the house here saying hi.
Awesome.
Repping our Vermont folks all the way up north from the Great White North. So you guys make sure and like and share this video with your Vermont family so we can get our faces get known out there as well. Well, we appreciate you guys all being here with us tonight. Like I said, we come in, we talk pop culture. Some things that happened this week for me in the world of TV pop culture. I was not yet caught up on the Superman and Lois show. I watched episodes 1 and 2.
Yeah, I saw you loved it.
I loved it. Guys, this is an entirely different take on Superman. New guy playing him, but they're
kind of new.
Yeah, they're from
been on the Supergirl show.
Yeah, and I think of the Flash stuff too.
Yeah, so.
And they were part of that whole Infinite Crisis crossover. So that's where I first saw him. Tyler.
Yeah, so he's already put in a number of years already.
Right.
As a TV Superman.
But if you guys are kind of like, another Superman show, man, it's been done. I've seen it all, done it all. Okay, let me tell you. So Superman is A, married to Lois Lane in this show, and B, they have 2 teenage sons. I believe they're 14. They're twins, Jonathan and Jordan. The Jordan for Jor-El. So after his 2 dads, so that's pretty cool.
My 2 dads.
Yeah, and how about this? In episode 1, I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. Spoilers, guys, coming. If you're gonna go watch the CW, but I want to make it so that you be interested in it, because this is how I kind of got hooked in. But how about this? How about on episode 1, Clark Kent gets fired from the Daily Planet? You know what I mean? Pretty wild, right? How about this? How about Martha Kent, his mom, is a victim in the sense of reverse loans because the Kent farm is going to be sold back to the bank, and so they're kind of forced to go to Smallville. Things like that. Are we trying to tilt it down?
No.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna say, if you want me to get the picture back in,
no.
So you can do that. Okay, yeah, we're having a little bit of battery connection issues here, but we're trying to keep that going and keep it stuck in there. Y'all might see me messing with that here in a second. But it looks like we're going. I don't know what's up with the battery. It's just been acting weird a little bit. I'll get it in a second. Who else we got in the house? Double A, read that for me while I get these going.
Steve said, speaking of meeting.
Oh, that's right. Steve's been wanting to have a meetup with us, Double A. So whenever it's a good time for you, the weather is finally great again. Somewhere
it's getting there. It's getting there. Yeah. So, WandaVision, just finishing today. Mm-hmm. Did any of you guys see Coming to America, part 2?
I did.
Luckily, CM posted that up. I would not have known. As soon as he did, I told my wife, I was like, hey, you want to see Coming to America? And we saw it, and it's fine. It's a good sequel. Obviously, he's a lot more tamer now than he was in the 80s. So,
Eddie Murphy, yeah.
Yeah. It didn't hurt anything about part 1. I don't know. It was a fine sequel. Did it need to be a sequel? I don't know. I don't think there needed to be a sequel, but it was fine. It was a good addition. Richard says it seems like an interesting show. I will check it out. It's talking about the Superman show. What is it called exactly?
Superman and Lois.
Superman and Lois. And it's in Smallville.
Yes.
Location, right?
Yes, not in Metropolis. Yeah, then they'll explain that in the first episode. They are living in Metropolis up till something happens, and then they end up back at Smallville.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Richard says he hasn't seen Coming to America yet.
Amazon Prime, guys, it's out.
Yeah, now. Yeah, Amazon Prime. Bill says that Lois Lane keeps getting reminders about her extended car warranty.
Yeah, for real.
Richard says he's going to be watching it tomorrow.
Okay, nice.
Let me know what y'all guys think about Coming to America. CM seemed to he enjoyed it, I guess, right? I mean,
yeah, I liked it. I thought it had a lot of funny parts. I mean,
like I said, him and Arsenio just, I don't know, they're very much more tame.
Yeah.
And this one, obviously, they can't say the shit they said back in the 80s, obviously.
Right.
We live in this pussy world we live in right now.
Nobody wants to get canceled, right? Nobody wants to get canceled.
Nah, so it's kind of like, like I said, pussy world that we live in right now.
But sorry, guys, I'm making sure we don't have any technical difficulties in the battery die out here because
Richard says, "Is it funnier than part one?" No,
Rich, definitely not funnier than.
Well, like I
part
said, it's a good. A lot of the original members come back, so the father comes back.
Mhm.
He's still ripping off McDonald's. Dad. Even Louis Anderson comes back. So
yeah, who I thought was dead. I didn't know Louis Anderson was still alive. There was quite a few people in the movie that I thought had passed away. That I was like, oh, they're still alive.
Yeah, surprisingly, it was only his mom that passed away.
Yeah, the mom. And they didn't. Well, I want to ruin it for you guys. It just came out, but yeah, go check it out if you got.
Well, the actress. I'm talking about the actress, not like in the
yeah.
movie. Like the actual actress passed away in 1995. So
sorry, guys. I'm just worried that we're gonna lose battery power. I'm not really sure what's going on with the battery at this point, but I'm trying to keep it alive. But you know, it wouldn't be just another Friday night without some technical difficulties. So I'm just gonna keep it going, and we'll see what happens here in a few. It's yet to die on us, but it tells me it's plugged in, but it tells me it's not charging. So I don't know exactly what that means. But the screen didn't dim like it normally does when it's not charging. So I don't know. So what else did we miss here, Double A? Let's see.
Richard says, "Is it funnier, or is it as funny?" It's fine. It's fine.
I would not even say as funny. It's not as funny as part one, not by a long shot.
That's what I'm saying. It's a fine sequel.
Yeah.
Was it necessary? No.
It looks like they had money and Eddie has his fame and he flexed a little bit. And so there's kind of cool things to see. And you're like, hey, that's pretty cool. There's a really, really, really dope Easter egg that I won't tell you guys about. Maybe in another week or so, we'll talk about it. Yeah. I'm sure we're going to hear a lot of what people thought about the movie, all week long. So yeah. Crystal Sanchez in the house says, yep, Crystal, to the movie not being that funny.
Or the world we live in.
And the world we live in that's true too. And Aaron says, why would I be coming to America? I'm already here. That's a great point. Tommy says, in Wonder
Ralph Boner, the
missing
person.
Right. I don't know if we want I just give the power. So this I don't know, Tommy, about I don't know if we want to say any spoilers. I don't know if we really know if people would really understand, but we're definitely going to talk all things WandaVision. I don't really know.
I think it was given. Put it that way. I'm not going to read it, but I'm just going to answer. I think it was given.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. I also think that there's more to it than what they showed us. I think that was just kind of like an aspect they didn't leave. So they left without explaining too much, but definitely loved it as an ending. It was totally fine. I really dug it.
Bill says he loves Gina Carano.
Yeah, Gina Carano too. Yeah, excellent as Cara Dune and excellent in Deadpool. We said that previous episode for sure. Rich says I'm waiting for Godzilla and Kong. I think end of the month.
I am
right?
too. April, I think.
Yeah. Okay. I know we have a big
Justice League
string of stuff coming up. Yeah,
Justice League is this.
We've got Justice League coming up, guys. Who's going to sit all through one sitting? Any of you guys going to sit and watch it all 4 hours? You going to do that, Double A?
I don't know because it lands like on a Wednesday.
I think they're a Thursday, right?
Or Thursday. Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck?
I got to start like right after work, and that's like my whole night then. So
there it goes. Okay, I think we're good.
Okay, we're good. Sorry, we were in crisis mode. It wasn't charging. And see, now the light's orange. This leads me to believe that it's
no, but it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's good. We're not gonna touch it. We're trying to not touch it because I noticed I watched our Green Lantern episode on YouTube, and the fucking camera was like bouncing and bouncing. It looked like we were fucking on a mattress, but it's because we tend to move our hands a lot, and we're banging the table and moving beers around and shit. So
Steve says, "Yeah, I thought Henderson was gone as too."
Yeah, you know who I thought that the father had.
I thought John Amos was dead.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, geez,
I was like, whoa.
I guess they weren't. They weren't dead. So. And James Earl Jones is there, and that's cool. So it's a lot of great stuff.
If he would have died, it would have been.
Oh, super tragic. Yeah.
Morgan Freeman comes out.
It's great. It's a good watch. Like, you know what? You guys watch it. Tell us what you think. Watch Coming to America 2. However you guys watch movies. We both have Prime, so we watched it on Prime last night. Mom says, get it together. Thanks. Yeah, Mom, you're right. I know. It's always this way.
Jason says, I'm going to try and go back to Traders to get more Red Hulks this weekend.
Good. Nice. Jason, you got to be pretty close to wrapping that collection up, I would think, by now. But go out and see Mario this month for sure. And see, I think Double A said he ran into you there too at the shop. So that's pretty awesome.
Oh, wow. That's very
Steve says, check out that mug, Double A, out of the ghost mug. Very cool mug. I have a metallic one in here that I haven't been using. I need to use it, but I've been trying to show off my different beer cans. Let's see. Bill says, do they have the McDowell burger? Definitely some cool McDowell stuff.
They have real quick. Just a little spoiler. They go from egg McMuffin to egg McStuffers. So yeah, he's still bugging and ripping off.
Yeah, there's a lot of good little callbacks in there that make it really worth it, because it's like if you're a fan of that one, you want to see the second one just to hear the callbacks. So Crystal says, the world we live in, oh, pussy's everywhere now. Okay, I'm done. No, thanks, get back Crystal. On your soapbox, girl.
Yeah. I believe the same way. This era sucks.
Yeah, I
we can't have an Eddie Murphy in the 80s like we do now. It's just
no, I know
it's not going to happen. But yet people consider those classics. So.
And it's funny, Aaron had talked about Aaron B talked about coming on an episode to do comedy. I mean, like, I'm not saying I want to get on an episode and gripe or whatever, but we could talk about comics that we've talked about it before. Guys like George Carlin, Andrew Dice Clay,
they wouldn't make it.
Sam Kinison, man, they would just be destroyed today. But I don't think that those guys are the type of guys to let themselves get destroyed. So I would love to hear what they had to say about today's
Well,
culture.
even a lot of them are just apologizing for what they used to say. I'm like, don't apologize.
Yeah. I mean,
people laughed.
Yeah, but again, it's like, you're trying to not get, in a sense, canceled or whatever. So I don't know.
Whatever.
It is what it is. Make your own decisions about those things and continue to support the things that you love. Yeah. I continue to support Gina Carano because, although I don't like what she said, I liked her character.
I'm not a fan of her personal beliefs. I don't care what she does on her own.
Me neither.
I really don't.
If I don't like what she's saying on her Twitter, I don't read her Twitter. Yeah. I just don't, if I don't read it. Yeah, if I don't like someone's movies, I don't watch their movies. You know what I mean? But anyway, we don't want to get all into that. Let says, hi, handsome cousins. Hi, beautiful Let. And Rich says March 31st. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I read something about March being a big month. I think we're going to get the Falcon and the Winter Soldier this month too.
Yeah, but on the HBO Max, I think that's where all those movies are.
Yeah, so I think we get Snyder Cut, then we get Justice League Snyder Cut, then we get Falcon and the Winter Soldier the week after, then we get Kong the week after. I think. I saw a thing. I'll try to post it in the group. Guys, make sure that you join our Facebook group called the Friday Night Faithful. That is our name for all of
Defenders of the Faith.
Yeah, you guys are our Friday Nighters, and you are the Friday Night Faithful. So we truly love and appreciate you guys all being here. You guys know our format. Every 30 minutes, I tell you, hey, we're going to take a quick break. That's only for our audio listeners, people that listen after the fact. Of course, if you're here with us on Facebook Live, we don't go anywhere. We're here the whole time. But I say that so that way when you're listening on audio, it doesn't sound like I just trailed off in the middle of a sentence. It makes a little bit more cohesiveness. But then after that, every 30 minutes, we take a break and read more of your comments once we get into the topic. So that way we're not just, we're not trying to ignore you. We want to read your comments. I just heard our Green Lantern episode today, my first time hearing it and seeing it back. And the conversation was so interesting. Double A and Albert Olivares talking Green Lantern that I went back and checked the YouTube for the parts that I missed. And then I came back to Spotify to listen to it. So feel free to do the same. Bill says, what are you guys drinking?
I'm drinking Dos Equis, like mostly everyone knows. And CM bought this one.
This is one. We're going to try a couple tonight, Theo. But I think I was just telling Double A this. I think one of the things that people like I know Steve would often ask us that question, Theo.
It's kind of funny real quick, CM. This is it's Davy Crockett beer, but it's German style. So that's kind of weird.
Well, actually, it's Davy Bockett.
Oh, Bockett.
Because it's a Bock.
Oh,
that's okay. It's a German style, yeah. So it says a true German style Hellsbock served with roasted malts and German hops.
And it tastes really sweet.
To be light and refreshing with a crisp finish. I think it's kind of like a Shiner.
It's very chocolatey.
Okay, so. Double A does not like. So, but from Alamo Brewing Company, which is here, right in San Antonio.
Usually. Dos Equis.
Usually that's what, and I got two more, but I won't force Double A to try them if he doesn't want to. But this is our first one, or my first one of the night, and then I got a couple of different. Well, I got one other different one here that I'll give a try to. Let's see. Bill says Richard Pryor. Cool. Love Richard Pryor. Old Richard Pryor, great. But Richard Pryor in Superman 3, still funny, but obviously toned down.
The Gene Wilder stuff that he does with Gene Wilder.
Yeah, the best, man. The absolute best. So Rich says, apparently Eddie Murphy wants to do stand-up comedy again, but I don't know, like y'all said, with the world we live in, people will be so offended.
It's going to be a weird comedy. I don't know.
Yeah, and I think it's hard to kind of try to tame yourself to be when he's used to being, as his special was called years ago, raw.
Yeah.
How can you be raw if you can't be raw in an unraw world? So I don't know. Maybe if it's like you tell yourself, I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory and do one last special where I'm just going to say whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, I mean, then he's going to be blasted for the rest of the time.
Yeah. The world of stand-up comedy should be a world where you can kind of say what you want. I mean, it's jokes. It's told within that framework, but hey, what are you gonna do, right, guys? Mr. Potato Head is even under fire, apparently.
Yeah, that bullshit too. I'm like, come on now.
So what can you say?
Oh my goodness.
Steve says Pryor and Carlin was the best of their time. Totally agree. And Bill says hashtag craft beer and supporting local breweries. Totally. Cheers, CM and AA. You need to expand your beer palate. Totally.
Bill. I've tried to, and I'm just not big on the fucking dark beers, man. I don't like them. They have a really bitter taste. I hate bitter. You won't find me ever eating dark chocolate. I don't like dark chocolate because it's bitter. So, and I don't drink coffee because it's fucking bitter. So
I just started drinking coffee like maybe 2-3 years ago. So I'm kind of new to the coffee game, and I'm kind of interested in liking that.
So I've tried it. I've tried lots of beers, lots and lots of beers.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I'm done.
I still love trying beers. Bill is very famous as he has, I believe, 2 plates on the wall at the Flying Saucer, which you only get after you've drank, I think, 200 different beers.
Shit.
So Bill has an extensive palate. And Bill, drop your Instagram name in our comments if you'd like. Get some more followers on Bill's Brew Review, I believe it is.
Yeah, all right.
Very fun
right.
Instagram to follow. Pretty much just beers. Bill goes to different places and drinks beers, and that's what he does, and he's pretty good.
Bill says there's more than this dark and bitter beers. Well, you know what? I need better friends and family because that's all they fucking serve me. So.
Bill, you need to talk with AA's older brother Will. You guys would have an interesting palate.
Yeah, that's all they fucking give me.
He's a
beers.
big fan of imperial stouts, and it's for me, I'm like that's too imperial.
I need a better group then.
I'm more like the rebellion, not so much imperial. You know what I mean? So, but guys, we're nearing our first 30-minute mark where we take a quick little break, and I say that we're taking a break, but I'll still be here with you live. Still going to read some comments in that little break, whatever's come in, and then we'll get right into our topic. And then after that, every 30 minutes, we'll take a break. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to our YouTube, please go subscribe. You got to hit the subscribe button with the little bell so the numbers go up because we're trying to get to 100.
Yeah, we're just asking you to subscribe. You don't have to fucking watch the show.
Yeah, you don't have to watch it. I mean, I appreciate if you watch 30 seconds of it because then that counts as one view. On Facebook, it counts as one view if you watch for 3 seconds. But if you do it on YouTube, it's got to be 30 seconds or they don't count it as a view. You could just leave it running in the back while you take a shit. I don't care what you do. You don't have to listen to me jabber on. What's the other thing is I did see this, guys. Who follows that mysa.com? I see that they have a contest going on right now, and there's a best podcast section, and we're not in it. And I never even heard of these other podcasts. So I think that's bullshit. And I want you guys to get on mysa.com and tell them to put Just Another Friday Night in the category for best podcast. And I'll stop pointing at you guys now. All right, guys, let's get to that first break. Let's get into this topic. We've hit you guys with the last 2 shows have been these whoppers of like 3 hours or 2.5 on audio because it was our season finale, then our season premiere. And we wanted to give you more bang for your buck. And plus, we don't know how to shut up. So that's why we have a talking show. But yeah, we'll get to our first break right now. And then we will be right back.
All right.
Guys, you know that we didn't go anywhere. If you're joining us on Facebook Live, and every Friday night that we're able to do this on a Friday night, we will be right here with you, coming to you live and bringing you a variety of topics on things pop culture, comic books, movies, shows related to pop culture. I also watched episode 2 of Clarice. I really enjoyed it. I like the Latino character in there is strong.
I haven't even seen 2 and 3.
I haven't seen 3 yet.
Like I said, the first episode kind of threw me off. I have them recorded, but I don't know. It didn't grab me like I was hoping it would.
AA, so let me ask you: what do you, when you're not involved in an ongoing show? What are you watching? Like I know you told me this last week. Like yeah, you might not keep up with it, and I know you're not eager to chomp at the bit with Superman and Lois. WandaVision just finished, so like, will you just kind of watch movies now, or like stuff you've seen, or you're watching new stuff?
It depends. I got a recommendation from John Holt about watching 12 Angry Men. luckily it came on Turner Classic Movies, and that's what I saw last Saturday. Actually, that was
Oh.
my movie night.
What were your thoughts?
I loved it.
Great
My
movie.
wife, I got her to actually watch it. She loved it too.
Mhm.
So that's a movie I would highly recommend. 12 Angry Men. So thanks, John, for that. You know, and if anyone got recommendations about movies, I'm an action franchise man. I love mystery movies. Mystery and action really are the ones I like. So you got any movie suggestions? I'll take them and I'll watch them, just like John shoots me, or CM. CM has introduced me to a shitload of movies. You know, I've said Casino, Reservoir Dogs. You know, I saw those because of CM.
Stuff I didn't even know. True Romance.
Yeah, he kind of introduced me to like the Scorsese and Tarantino. So
Which that's pretty huge for me.
Yeah, so I never would have saw these movies if it wasn't for CM. So Highlander, yeah, that is one franchise I have seen. I have seen all of them. So, and I do own all of them on DVD.
Big
so.
Highlander fan right here.
I love Highlander.
Bill, back in the day, Double A would go in a back and forth texting conversation of just Highlander quotes. There's no conversation, just quoting Highlander to each other.
Highlander Part 1 is in my top 3 movies. It really
is.
Wow, I
love
that
huge.
movie. I love the Connor McLeod. I love the Kurgan. I love Sean Connery in that role. The soundtrack is amazing. Sword fighting, we love sword fighting.
Absolutely.
You know,
almost anything with the sword, I will watch it. Almost anything.
So I love Highlander. I'm a huge Highlander fan. So
yeah.
Let me see. Richard says it's just Potato Head now.
Yeah.
Crystal. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. The other Crystal, I think we have 2 Crystals. Hopefully still watching.
And my sister-in-law. Hi, Crystal.
And my Crystal, the other Crystal, my Crystal from.
And then Jason says, when is Mario's last day at Traders? It's gonna be the last weekend of March.
Yeah, the last weekend of March.
Last hurrah.
And then the cowboy rides away, man. But he'll still have an online presence.
Aaron says there can be only one. So
that's right, Aaron. That's right. Let's see here. Bill's Brew Reviews is the Instagram.
I'll check it out, Bill.
Yeah, that is the uncle
check it out
of the Just Another Friday Night podcast, and he has great pictures and everything of beer drinking, and he tells you about what it is and where he's at, and you can go get it and try it. It's very cool. I like that Instagram a lot. Let's see. Yeah, we would love to. I would love to talk about Highlander too. So we just had a one of our Friday Nighters trip had put up on his personal page, and it got me thinking. He had put up that he was saying that it didn't hold up. He goes, I love that movie like all my whole life. He goes, but I barely saw it for the first time in like, I don't know. He said years.
Really?
And he goes, man, I didn't hold up. It was so corny. He goes, I can't believe I used to love it.
Corny.
Yeah. And he said that, you know, he goes, they still think it's cool, but he's just like, man, like how we felt about watching, how I told you I felt about watching He-Man episodes now. I was like, they don't really hold up. You know what I mean?
Man, I don't know.
I disagree. I love the first Highlander, and I think that it does hold up. The second one I haven't seen in a long time, but I own 1 and 2.
The second one is fine. Bill, if you're still listening, I got to meet Adrian Paul a few years ago. I don't know how you feel about the Highlander series or even Endgame, Highlander Endgame. I don't know how you feel about that. Yeah. No. This is where him and Connor team up.
Oh.
The first movie where Adrian Paul and Connor McLeod, like Duncan and Connor.
So which one is Mario Van Peebles in?
That's the
third one?
The Final Dimension.
Yeah,
okay. The third one.
Okay. So there's one more after that.
Oh, actually, there's 2 more after that one.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I see.
It's
I'm
called,
behind.
Highlander Endgame, and then The Source.
Okay, I got to get.
But obviously, the series is, it ran for 7 seasons.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know
the
that.
series. Yeah, so.
It definitely had.
So I got to meet Adrian Paul. So that was a really cool highlight for me.
Did you get an autograph?
Yes, I did on the poster, Endgame poster.
Man, badass.
Him and Connor. Yeah.
So now you got to meet Christopher Lambert.
Now I got to meet him. Yeah.
Christopher Lambert.
But man, it'll be sorry because I was like, well, I need Highlander 1.
Yeah,
that's the one I wanted to sign.
You're like, would you mind signing both for the sake of having?
And I will do it. Yeah, I will have him sign 2 posters. Bill says, love the series, and Jill and Chet was even. Yeah, I remember. Yeah,
is that right? I did not know that. That's
they do Princes of the Universe. That's their theme song.
No shit. Yes. Very cool. I love the soundtrack of the first.
They even give like Queen. The kills of like how many kills Connor has, how many kills the Kurgan has. They even like have all those
That's
like
awesome.
death totals,
Like the stats and stuff, huh? Yeah, I told Friday Nighter Trip, I told him on his comment on his page, it inspired me to put it up in the group. I said, hey, let's do a recasting. Who would you because he was saying that it needed a reboot. I think he was referring to like some of the action and some of the like I'm sure that it would look amazing now.
Well, they've talked about the Highlander reboot for so long. At one time, Batista was supposed to play the Kurgan.
Oh, okay.
At one time, I don't know where that's at now, but that's like one of those movies they want to reboot. So
I would say step one: get a good writer. Get a really good writer. Maybe get someone that's a fan that
you can do the action real easy. The action part's probably the easiest part, So
yeah, and I know sometimes like the lightning and all that probably didn't look, the heads coming off didn't look that cool. But, now that's better.
It looked cool.
You know what I mean? Yeah, honestly. I thought it looked cool too.
The way he kills Ramirez.
Yeah,
the way he kills Sean Connery.
That's badass. The way the sword looks and all that. I mean, like the way he looks.
And speaking of that, Aaron right here says, I have the Highlander sword from the TV series.
No shit.
That's fucking cool.
Why have I never seen that?
That's fucking cool. I wish I would have that sword.
You guys can.
That's awesome.
If you want to leave that to somebody, don't forget your man CM Chuck right here.
That's awesome. I love that sword.
Awesome combo on the Highlander, guys.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right. Well, speaking, like I said, I told Trip, I said that's part of its charm, that first movie. I said, but I said also that great soundtrack, which kind of leads us right into our topic.
Soundtrack. Yeah.
Tonight.
Good leading.
Yeah. I'm trying to work on my segues, guys. I'm my segues here. So, guys, thanks for hanging out. If you withstood that quick break, as you know, every Friday night we go live on Facebook. So if you're here with us live on Facebook, we don't go anywhere. But if you're listening to us on audio, on a podcast website, or anywhere you listen to music, Amazon Music, we're pretty much everywhere. If you can't find us, let me know. But it's practically impossible.
Yeah.
So you will find us if you're looking. You do hear my little commercial break, which I do for the Anchor app, which is who hosts pretty much we're hosted through. So that's where you hear that happened first. But if you were listening in the comment time, if you're joining us live, then you knew that we were just talking about the soundtrack to Highlander, how fantastic it is from this band, Queen. Love Princes of the Universe.
Yep,
love
great song.
Great 1 Year of Love. I mean, it's a fantastic soundtrack. And it leads us right to what we're talking about tonight, guys. We're talking about the songs that made us. We've done a couple of music episodes.
We have, and I asked CM, I go, okay, look, we did like a top 10 of like our favorite songs, but I asked him, give me 5 songs to you that either you love for the songwriting, either it was something that a good memory, maybe a dance, maybe you fuck to this song, something, give me something why maybe there's some certain songs on the side that, you know what, I really love that song for this reason.
Sure.
Sure. And obviously all of us have, that kind of like, we have like some songs that we just love. Maybe it was the song that for you and your wife, you and your husband, again, maybe it was something on your first date.
Yeah.
That makes you remind you of that one. Or breakup. So.
Yeah. Maybe you hear a tune that reminds you of your dad or reminds you of your mom or someone that passed, a best friend. I mean, like there's all types of music like that. If you guys ever read my little write-up, I do all the write-ups for the little thing here, but I write in there that, we all have a soundtrack to our life, right?
Yeah.
And what would be on your soundtrack to your life? So when Double A hit me with this, I was kind of like, okay, great. Like I love this topic because it's a little bit different, and we try to approach music different ways. I mean, we have yet to like review a single album, but we went about it different. We didn't talk about this, so I don't know what's on his list, and he doesn't know what's on mine.
I know.
And we both wrote some extras just in case. We're gonna try to keep it to 5, so that we don't drag you guys into the wee hours of the night.
But if you guys have songs that mean something to you,
please, tell us.
Leave them in the comments.
Yeah, who sings it, who's it by, and what the song is, and the reason why that song means something to you, and we'll be happy to give it a listen. I don't know what it's doing. I don't know if it's cycling, like maybe like it's gonna go back on it, but we're not touching it, so I don't know. Sorry guys, we're just worried about our power here. The power supply is acting wonky, so I don't know. But either way, guys, don't forget that every 30 minutes we'll go back to the comments and check your comments. That's when we allow our audio to kind of process. Every 30 minutes it has to do like the processing part. But if you're here with us on live, then we're not going to go anywhere unless our battery dies, in which case then we'll just be gone, and that will be it. It'll be a short show. So Double A, your topic, I haven't said it in a while, I've been missing it, but I always say adrenalize me. That's from a song that I learned that I got engaged with from the band In This Moment, thanks to Jess. So I will allow you to adrenalize me and hit me with your first one.
Okay, so the first one, which I really like, and it really got me to this version of the band, is from Black Sabbath. It's from the song is called Heaven and Hell, the Dio version.
Okay.
So I don't know, I know there's a lot of people that are Ozzy enthusiasts or just like it's only Ozzy. That's it. Trust me, if you heard the last two albums of the Ozzy era, you'll say that they were pretty shitty. And if you heard Heaven and Hell, you'll say that was a big comeback. Okay. And the song that I just love because the songwriting is great and it really hits me because I love topics like this. It's the title track, Heaven and Hell. It's pretty much, like Ronnie James Dio has said, it's pretty much heaven and hell.
Okay.
Not figuratively, but like you as a person.
Oh.
Are you going to are you going to do stuff that's good? You're going to do stuff that's bad.
All right.
Are you going to let people lead you into something that's not right? There's some really good lyrics. He's like, that people will, blind your eyes, steal your dreams. They'll tell you the sun is that black is really white. They'll tell you the sun is just the moon at night. Yeah. They'll blind your eyes and steal your dreams, and it kind of got me thinking about something we talked about, with Chappelle, right? Like how we talked about this too, you make that deal. Yeah. And you're just like, right on, you're a struggling comedian, but you know what? This TV company is asking you, we'll give you a lump sum of money. You'll get notice worldwide, but we're going to keep the Chappelle Name Show. Right. We're going to keep, we're going to have the distribution rights. We're going to be making more money than you are. You're going to get like 100,000, per episode, whatever. But we're going to be making the real money. But you're just signing, you're just like, yeah, right? Sure. Because you make a raw deal, right? Sure. You make the bad deal. So he chose, the hell part, right? He let him, he let him dictate the decision. Then he regretted it later. Right. So, but you're doing it because for the moment, the money. Yeah.
Anyone getting that carrot dangled in front of them for the first time. It's not like, and I don't want to go on a tangent about Chappelle, but it's
no. But we're just trying to use this example. It's kind of like,
for the song.
If you let people kind of dictate for you, they'll, like I said, they'll tell you black is really white. Mm-hmm. You'll start believing that kind of bullshit, Totally. The sun is just the moon at night. You're like, yeah, I guess so. You start believing all the stupid shit people are telling you, because you allow yourself. You pick that side. You pick the hell side. You're picking the stupid side. So it was a really good song. It's what really got me into Dio. And it's a really powerful song. It's kind of like, who are you gonna listen to? Yeah. What side of you are you gonna listen to? Right.
Almost like the angel on the one shoulder and the devil on the other.
You always kind of tilt this way to the bad part because that's where it's easy. That's where all the money's at. Yeah. To get famous, you're gonna sell your soul. Yeah. In order to get famous.
It could be anything too. It could be.
But then you find out it's a bad deal.
Right.
At the end.
Right. Totally.
So
sometimes it's just like, you want to I don't know, cut in line or you figure you can put something in your bag at the store. Yeah. You're like, man, I'm not going to pay for this. I'm just going to shove it in my bag. We've all been there. We've all had this kind of crisis of conscience. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, okay, great choice. And that's written by Dio.
It's Dio song from the Black Sabbath album, Heaven and Hell. It's a title track. And I just, you can just apply to that to almost everyday life for everybody. Yeah.
I love songwriters, man. And I love the ability to kind of like, when the band is the same one that performs it and then they do, they're performing their own songs that they wrote. They're not written by like a, collaboration of 4 people or some shit like that. So that's pretty badass.
Yeah, man. So, go back and listen to Heaven and Hell. And,
what a title too, right?
Yeah. And just the riff too. The riff is heavy, the bass line's heavy. His singing is just outstanding. I love the Dio version of Black Sabbath.
Nice.
So
nice.
That was my number one song. So
got some great tunes. Mine aren't really ranked. I kind of and we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but I kind of had not difficulty, but I was like, how do I approach this? You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to go with like my 5 favorite songs. So again, we
no, it's not favorite,
that.
and these aren't like favorite songs.
Just songs that have like meaning to you for whatever reason. Because I mean, I know how we all feel probably about music. It can change from one day to the next. You know, you're just feeling one vibe, and you know what I mean. Some days I'm listening to nothing but like 90s rock, but then sometimes I'm in a classic rock mode. And then sometimes I'm just listening to nothing but, you know, rap and hip hop. And sometimes I'm listening to like R&B. So it just depends.
Yeah.
But one of the ones I chose, the one I wrote down first, that came to my mind first, is a song called Needle in the Hay. It's by my favorite songwriter, Elliott Smith.
Yeah.
Originally from Dallas, he is. I've talked about him before. And there's a great documentary about him on Amazon Prime called Heaven Adores You. Killed himself, sadly, in Los Angeles. Really, really moody music. If you know him, he really got a lot of fame during the Good Will Hunting movie came out.
Which one?
Almost all the songs. There's like 3 or 4 songs on there from him. Yeah.
Holy crap.
But the main one was that called Miss Misery. That was the they did a video for it. That was like the huge that's what blew him up. That's kind of what broke him from Good Will Hunting.
Shit.
But on that soundtrack, there's like 3 or 4 songs of his. Another one called Angelus.
Wow.
He has a lot of songs that are called like No Name number 3, No Name number 2. But Needle in the Hay also came out in the Royal Tenenbaums. And in that movie, it's odd because they're playing it in a scene when Luke Wilson is planning to kill himself. Oddly, so he's planning to kill himself, and that song is playing or whatever, which sadly, you know, Elliott Smith killed himself. But Needle in the Hay is just a really beautiful song. A lot of times I don't really look up. I know people look stuff up and they try to say like, oh, well, this is what the song was about. This is that and the other. But I don't really do that. I kind of just interpret the music how I hear it, what I think it's about by listening to it, what I think are the metaphors. I don't think there's any right or wrong answer to that. I mean, I think music is like music is art, and it's how you interpret it. Like
most artists will always say it's really up to the listener to you know,
like when you're looking at a painting, or when you watch a movie, it's like, oh, well, what did you think that movie was about? It's like, I love movies like that, where it's like you get to choose. And I think that's what I love most about music. It's like, well, to me, it means this. You know, we've talked about some of Eddie Vedder's songs from Pearl Jam, where it's like, you know, it might mean this to you, it might mean that to you. But, and again, it's also going to be about what was your experience with the song. If you listen to it while that song was playing with the first time you ever got laid, it's like, doesn't matter what fucking song it is, it's going to have good connotation. I don't know really a specific memory with this song. When I first heard it, I got into Elliott Smith after watching Good Will Hunting, and I just started looking into his music. And I won't lie, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I get down and depressed sometimes and sad, and sometimes I put on his music, probably the wrong music to listen to, and you're feeling that way, right? Don't pick yourself up. But you know, we all have been there. You just get in this little low valley, and I listen to his music, and it kind of helps me calm down. You know what? I like to listen to his music a lot too. Like when I'm hungover, like it's like I don't want anything really loud and raucous in my head, like it making my headache worse. So listen, and it can be kind of soothing. But I just thought about the song and like the way I associate it, and I thought about it like one of the things is that I do think about it as like it's a song about. I think it's a song about pain and sadness and sorrow, and also about escape. And a lot of people would say, well, if you know Elliott Smith, all of his songs are about pain and sadness and sorrow. But the escape part is what's really important to me, and that I wrote some notes kind of about that. And that I think it's a song about addiction. It's called Needle in the Hay, but I think he's kind of referring to, and I in the documentary I learned this. He wrote a lot of his songs about addiction before he was addicted. So it was like he wasn't hooked on shit yet. So it's like people are like, no, people think he was like this addict his whole life writing these songs. They go, but he wrote about things that he saw. So he wasn't. But this song to me, kind of there's some of the things that are said in it. It makes me think about like, you know, you're addicted to addiction to heroin. I never been through that. I don't really know anybody that has been through that.
Not to.
Yeah, but
there's no benefits.
Yeah, it paints a vivid picture in the song. So, you know, one of the lines I wrote down here is he says, you know, trying to get a fix, strung out and thin, trying to get a fix, and then he says, needle in the hay, and he says, then he goes on, he does say that makes me think about like the needle in his arm. You know what I mean? Like he's the hay, like the straw man. You know what I mean? He's not really a person. Then he says, sometimes you just get caught up in the eye you're pulling him through. So now it's like you getting pulled through the eye of the needle, like the thread gets pulled through. So you're just kind of going through life, just like the constant cycle, you know what I mean, of that. And then another part, he says the sweat in my teeth, like this is the fiending, like he's like, like fuck, like I need it. Then he goes, I walk 6 blocks. He goes, plus the one in my brain. Now I've been there where it's almost like, you feel like you're lost in thought. You go so far, then you go an extra mile. Like you're still thinking about like, fuck, like whatever. Like, people say, man, you're overthinking it. You know what I mean? Then he says, taking the cure so I can be quiet whenever I want. So the shit in his arm is the cure, so that his mind can be quiet, because otherwise it's like all over, and it's like probably anxiety and depression and all this. But when he's on that shit, that all goes away. And then he says, and then at the last line, I believe the song is, you ought to be proud that I'm getting good marks, which sounds like I'm getting good marks in school, but he's getting the good marks in his arm. So it's just a really beautiful song. It's beautiful, even though it sounds very dark and depressing. You're like, fuck, I don't want to hear that. But it's beautiful the way that there's a lot of metaphors and the use of the words. And it's very melodic. It's got a very beautiful beat, and his voice is very, again, very soothing or whatever. So it's almost kind of like, to me, sometimes his music is like, to me, like slipping into a warm bath, like, and the lights in your bathroom are off, but you have like a light of the window where it's just like a very low light. And it's just like, I know, soothing. And someone probably tell me I got something wrong with me. I listen to fucking sad ass music when I'm, relaxing or whatever, but it is relaxing. And I think he was a very beautiful soul that was very haunted and troubled. But it comes out in his music, and you can not necessarily relate to it again, but it paints a vivid picture. You watch a movie about addiction or drug addicts, not because you want to be one, but because, you're just trying to, it's a looking through the peephole of a door of another person's life, you know what I mean? Or situation. And again, like I said, what I learned from the documentary was that he painted a lot of these pictures without having experienced them yet. Now, later on, yes, he did deal in battle with addiction, but his own, but they said that he wrote many of his songs before any of that happened. Okay. So Needle in the Hay by Elliott Smith, I believe it's on one of his first couple of albums. You can just iTunes it or whatever, or listen to it on YouTube. There's great clean versions with no ads or nothing on YouTube of his music. And again, there's so many songs of his I love. And he only had like, I think maybe 3 or 4 albums and one postmortem album, but really great stuff. Again, really, if you can appreciate, like if you're a person that appreciates rap or hip hop music for like all the metaphors they use and how they manipulate the words, he does a good job of that too. I hopefully displayed some of that there, but now that we're all down and depressed, Double A, hopefully pick us back up.
Maybe it won't be a picker-upper, but one song that always hits me pretty hard is Metallica's One. Man, the story, man. I mean, the way it sounds off, the rip, the slow guitar, the bullets, firing, the story. I mean, it's just ugly.
You hear the chopper, you can hear the guys kind of shouting at each other, the military guys.
Yeah, I mean, the visual you get, about the guy that, has no arms, no legs.
Talk about vivid pictures,
no
right?
eyes, no tongue, no hearing. He can't tell you how he feels. He can't even show you how he feels, but it's from like a movie, like an old movie.
Is it?
That they get the footage from.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And
I can't picture the video in my mind right
now. Just you're in this prison. You're thinking about the words that, James Hetfield is singing. And, you get this really vivid picture and you're just like, golly, this hell that you're in. You can't tell anyone, what's wrong with you. You can't see, you can't hear, you can't speak, you can't, your arms and legs are missing. I mean, golly, that's just a fucking horrid, scary image,
Totally.
And it's from the And Justice for All album, which is my favorite Metallica album. That's my all-time favorite Metallica album.
Badass.
It's the And Justice for All. And like I said, you don't even need to hear, like, you just hear a little bit of the lyrics and you're just like, fuck, you start putting yourself in that position and you're like, man, that's a fucking hell that you never want to be in,
Yeah. How about that slow start, right? Then it gets to the darkness imprisoning me. Yeah, all that I see, drone. Absolute horror. You're like, holy shit. I remember it because they used it.
How can I live? How can I die? Dragging myself.
Yeah.
Like,
they used it in one of the trailers for, I believe it was either Punisher season 1 or season 2, and man, it just went fucking perfect. In fact, that's probably why I can't visualize the video in my head right now, is because I heard it during that. I was literally watching that trailer on YouTube.
The video is just so like badass. Damn, really like in a warehouse with like somebody help me out because somebody said this is a movie. This is from a movie. The footage that they use in the one video, or even where one is from. It's from this video. So, like I said, it's a really fucking brutal song. It's pretty damn scary to even think about putting yourself in that position. So,
you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
Man, well, what do you guys think? One, like when you actually really hear the lyrics, like I know you're headbanging most of the time, but you're just like,
oh, I mean, and it's a great headbanging song.
When you
hear it's fucking badass.
When you hear the lyrics, though, you're just like, oh,
should I sing it in the car with my girlfriend when we're just riding along? And then I'm just like, when you think about what it's about,
when you think about Metallica, you really don't think about songwriting. But then, when you hear this one, it paints a really good picture for you, and it's just you're like, man, hopefully I'm never in that position. You kind of feel for the veterans that are totally in that position. So that's hard, that's brutal, that's ugly,
truly horrid, truly dark, truly scary.
But great song though.
But a great fucking song, man. Heavy, badass song. Like I said, with that Punisher trailer, it went married so well. It was like fucking so badass.
I gotta try to find that trailer.
Yeah, I think you could just look it up. Yeah. Guys, I'm moving on to my second beer of the night, the Karbach. It is the Horseshoe, the luckiest beer in Texas from Karbach Brewing Company. They're also here in Texas. I'm not sure exactly where, but it's a Pilsner. So Bill, Steve, Aaron, people that often ask what we're drinking. This is what I'm having right now. I have one for AA. I don't know if he wants it, but if he does, it'll be there for him. But I'll tell you what I think. I get stuff more on the side that we both like. I think that we'll both like, but yeah. Awesome, AA. So yeah, guys, just so a heads up, battery power is looking strange. It's looking low. We are plugged in. Not sure why it's not charging. The light has been flashing green. Maybe it'll go orange again. And did I say orange? It'll go orange again, and then it'll start to charge again. So I don't know. That's weird. I keep it plugged in all week, and maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should just let it run down. Because I wasn't doing that. I wasn't keeping it charged all week. But I don't know. I digress. If anything happens weird, guys, you'll know why. And then we'll have a short episode and we'll go from there. Just try to come back. I don't know. might come back on phone or something like that. But anywho, guys, was that good on one?
Yeah. So let me know what you guys think about one. I mean, it's pretty straightforward song. I mean, but great headbanging song, and I was glad to hear it live back in 2009. So
yeah, I was there with you, right?
Yes,
definitely. Awesome times, man. Love Metallica,
and that that also brings up that memory too.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, totally, man. Like I said, I associated with the damn Punisher trailer because that was like the coolest time I saw them merge. My next one that I wrote down is let me see here. Sorry, guys, I'm using my list, which I finally remembered my notes. You guys know that I famously forget my notes. But, I think it's on, man. It's hooked in. It's just I don't know why it's not. Yeah. The battery just dipped into the red, guys. So I don't know what the deal is, but if we lose you, well, it's been real. You know what I normally say at the end of the episodes. But my next song, guys, I wrote down here, and I'm wondering if I'm going to get any overlap with AA on this one. We haven't had any overlap yet, and I've been curious about if we're going to get any overlap. But Three Little Birds from Bob Marley.
Oh, shit.
I've talked about this song before. And it's a song. I think it's a kind of pretty simple song. I listened to this song a couple times before today. There's not a lot to it.
Love,
but love and pretty much reassurance. When I wrote what I wrote down about the first song was, like I said, pain, sadness, sorrow. But what I wrote down about this song, I just wrote one word. I wrote down hope. It's telling you it's going to be okay. You know what I mean? Like, it's beautiful. It's like a consummate reggae song. I wrote down here, it says, one of the lines, he says, rise up this morning, rise with the rising sun. You know what I mean? Like, then he says how there's three little birds, singing. So, I mean, it's just a great upbeat song. I listen to it. I send it to people when they're telling me they're feeling some kind of way about things. It makes me uplifted. You know what I mean? If I guess I would just listen to a bunch of Elliott Smith songs and I want to come out of it, I can hear this, and it just always picks me up. It's such a good song. one of Bob Marley's best, in my opinion. But Three Little
Great
Birds,
songwriter too.
yeah. I mean, you know, like I said, very simple. The beat, you know, like the reggae-ness of it, like it's just
you feel it,
yeah, it's just fantastic. And you know what? It really makes you feel like everything is going to be all right.
Yeah,
you know,
love Bob Marley.
I don't really associate it with like a particular memory, but I did work with a friend when I was kind of going through some bad stuff at a job I had at the bank for a long time. Some people that know. And in the end, it was getting pretty rough or whatever. And I knew that she liked that song a lot too. And she had, I think, made reference to the song a couple times. And I was like, oh yeah, I love that song too, whatever. And, you know, it helped sometimes. There was probably more Elliott Smith type moments in the end of that long 11-year time span. But most of it was good. And it was just the last 2 years were really bad. Yeah, no, I mean, this song, I mean, I think for the most part, when people are just telling me like, you know, all these things keep happening, one thing after another, I'm like, you know, I'll just send them the link to the YouTube song or whatever. And it's like there's like an official video, I think, on YouTube, but there's also just like the lyrics.
No, there is. Yeah. There's an official video.
Yeah, they're both good to watch. And they both, you know, express the same message because it's all about the words and what he's saying, you know, and it's every little thing is going to be all right. You know what I mean? Like, you know, don't worry. You know what I mean? You know, some people, religious people say, you know, give it to God. You know what I mean? You know, and it's like, you know, let Jesus take the wheel. You know, however, you kind of got to get that into your own mind that it is going to be okay. Tomorrow the sun will rise. You're going to wake up again. And that's what he says. You know, he's like, you know, wake up with the rising sun, you know, and there's 3 little birds outside. They're singing the song. You know what I mean? So that's pretty damn cool. So I really love that. That song, that aspect from Bob Marley. So it's definitely a song.
I love that one.
You know, like kind of when I was thinking about the topic and kind of like what flooded into my mind. So that one came in. But yeah, that one's it for me, Double. Let me check where we're at on time. We're at the 25-minute mark. Can you get your next song in? Or you want to skip it?
Yeah,
okay.
Let's wait.
Guys, let's take a quick break right now for our audio listeners, and then we're going to come right back. Of course, if you're joining us Facebook Live, we're not going anywhere. We'll be right here with you. Guys, Facebook Live, we're in crisis mode. The battery's in red. The green light is flashing. We're on a Mac. It's looks like it's working. You know what I mean? Like it looks like it's doing what it's supposed to do. It's not too hot actually today, the battery pack. So I have no idea unless you want to try to switch plugs one more time.
Sure.
I mean, we're just gonna try it. But it's getting power because it's the green light's flashing, whatever. I would try this back one. Let me hop out. Let me hop out here real quick. I'll let you hop back in, Double, so we don't leave the audience without. Here, let's get some comments going.
This is weird.
If you want to, yeah, this hasn't happened to us. Well, except the time that I totally forgot the charger. But we're not in that situation right now. So,
Bill says the quickening. Yep, love the quickening. Richard says great song, most definitely a great band. Bill says the Devil's Advocate, selling your soul. I think they're talking about heaven and hell. Bill says, hey, John, how's Roxanne? And John goes, hey, Uncle Bill.
So John joined us. What's up, Johnny boy? Holt E. Bear.
Holt.
Former guest on the show.
Yeah. Steve says, I'm into Leonard Skinner. Needle on the Spoon, Old Story. Roxanne says she's working.
Roxanne is working.
Steve says true words, Chuck. Steve says Carbach, some badass brew.
There you go.
Bill says, oh, Carbach.
Okay, now I'm winning you guys.
Bill says wiggle the wires.
Okay, trying to wiggle the wire for sure.
Aaron says we need to
okay. I'm always up for an education.
Steve says reception is really good. Bill says dipped in the red. He goes, sounds like morning wood. Bill says, don't worry, be happy.
Yeah, that too. Don't worry, be happy.
Richard says, one is a great song. The lyrics really get to you. And the movie is Johnny Got His Gun. Yep, that's it. That's it. Go. I wanted to know too, so I had to look it up. Cool. Thanks, Richard.
So the battery still looks like it's going down, guys. Again, it's our charger.
Don't worry. We're going to answer these comments real quick. We'll probably end it right here and then probably do our phone. Okay.
Yeah, we'll switch to phone. We'll come back. Live.
Bill says Green Flash is good beer from San Diego.
Ooh, okay.
Aaron says you need more cowbell.
There you go. We love some Blue Oyster Cult.
Richard says Creep by Radiohead. My brother who passed away. Oh, sorry, Richard.
Ooh, man.
I have a video of him singing that song while he played Rock Band. Song means a lot to me for that reason. That's fucking cool, Richard.
Totally badass.
That's awesome.
Man.
That's a good story.
Yeah. Great story, Rich. Great story. Yeah, guys, we're really sorry that it looks like we may be cut short. We don't think we should just ride it to the end?
We can try.
Because I'm thinking maybe it's going to come back. I don't know. Like I even turned the direction of it.
It's just getting weaker and weaker. So
yeah, I hate to go off midway. You want to switch to phones? We could switch to phones. It'll be a separate live. I don't know how I'm going to upload all this. Be freaking weird or whatever. You know what? On the YouTube, it'll look good though because I'll be able to edit both videos in together. I think so. Okay, guys. So what do you think? You want to do that? Double A, call it for now.
Yeah,
I have no idea why it's doing that. Yeah. Okay, here's what we're gonna do, guys. We're gonna end this segment right now here on Facebook Live and on our audio, because we're already off on the audio right now. That part just loaded up. We'll end this segment now with you guys on the live. Then I'll bring us back via phone live. It'll just be Facebook Live. It won't be on this little StreamYard app that I use up here that you kind of see over my head. Yeah. So it'll be good. Then I'll clip that audio in with our regular audio, and we should be good.
So stick with us. Okay,
stick with us.
Right back.
We'll be right back, guys. Don't leave. All right,
leave.
We're out for now. Real quick, we'll be right back.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Okay.